Election Day, 5 weeks from today. Democrats trying to turn this into a referendum on abortion rights, while Republicans are focusing on crime and public safety.
TMJ4's chief political reporter Charles Benson here to take a deeper dive on both of those issues.
Yeah, a lot to get to today with our political panel. We are joined by State Representative David Bowen, a Milwaukee Democrat, and Robin Moore, a longtime Republican activist from Waukesha County. Well, today the Republican-controlled legislature rejected Governor Tony Evers' call for a special session to allow voters a chance to repeal the state's 1849 abortion law. Here's what happened in the state Senate.
October 2022 special session of the Senate come to order. Without objection, the October 2022 special session will adjourn pursuant to Senate Joint Resolution 1. The October 2022 special session is adjourned. Objection.
You can see it was over in seconds. So, Robin, let's start with you. Are Republicans comfortable with going into this election with an 1849 abortion law that was passed before women even had the right to vote, with no exceptions for rape or incest?
Well, Charles, it's been on the books, as we know, for a very long time. And so, yes, this is the law of Wisconsin. This is what was voted on. And it's until Roe v. Wade, this is how the state operated. I think what you're going to see from Democrats, so the reason they're trying to twist this is because of the crime issue. But on abortion, you have to look at what Democrats are saying versus what they're doing, because they say that they want this repealed in the case of rape, incest, or the health of the mother. But across the country, what we're seeing is extreme policies on abortion right up until the time of birth. And so to really have this debate, you have to look at not what's just being said, but what's being done by Democrats and what the message is being repeated in the media.
So, Representative Bowen, let's talk about that. Republicans are calling this political grandstanding, but Democrats, how do you see this playing out in the final 5 weeks? Is there a risk for Democrats being too focused on this single issue in the Senate or governor's race? And I know you were in Madison today for this special session.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me on. Just getting back from Madison, I know for a fact we're talking about the favorability of where the public stands on the issue of abortion. And we know that the candidates on the Republican side are too extreme. Ron Johnson and Tim Michels are out and lock in step where a majority of Wisconsinites are, when you cannot care about a child rape victim and making sure that a mother's health can be taken into account on these situations.
Let's move on to another issue here in talking about the attack ads that we've seen so far. According to a study, attack ads made up a full 63% of the airings of commercials for Wisconsin's U.S. Senate race in the first couple of weeks. Now, this is according to a report in Wisconsin Public Radio. Many of those ads were about crime. So, Robin, let me begin with you. Democrats say Ron Johnson hasn't done enough to reduce gun violence. This year, he opposed the first major bipartisan gun safety legislation passed in nearly 30 years. Has Johnson missed an opportunity, and Republicans as well, to specifically address gun violence?
Well, Charles, Ron Johnson's stance on the gun laws is that we have too many of them. And there's a lot of people who agree with him because we're not enforcing the ones that are on the books now. What are more bans, what are more laws going to do when we have soft on crime DAs, revolving door justice system that just lets criminals out with things like no cash bail, like Lieutenant Governor Barnes wants to see done. He authored the bill while serving, and Wisconsinites don't want to see criminals getting out of jail or not even getting put in jail when they haven't been penalized for the crimes that they've committed, and those are also crimes with guns.
So, Representative Bowen, this is what we've been hearing from Republicans. Lieutenant Governor Barnes has repeatedly said he does not support defunding police, but Republicans have used comments he made or made by Mandela Barnes to raise doubts about his support for police. Is Barnes paying the price for his past comments, and can he overcome that?
I think the biggest thing that Lieutenant Governor Barnes is taking the brunt of is having a clean record. And these attack ads have been relentless, but they have been misinforming the public on where he stands. It's been very clear that he does not stand for defunding police, but he wants to make sure that we are taking a comprehensive approach to crime and violence prevention. That includes making sure that police officers and police departments have the resources that they need.
All right, we thank you both for being here. These are the topics that I'm sure in the next 5 weeks we're going to hear a lot more about. Don't forget, the election is 5 weeks away from today. We'll have much more coverage on this. Representative Bowen and Robin Moore, thank you both for being in our studio. And as you can see, this is still, Shannon and Steve, hot topics. These are what we're seeing in the campaign commercials. So it's going to be a topic that's going to come up in the upcoming Senate debates as well.
You two are working on that.
Yeah.
That's a week from Thursday.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
All right.
And we hope to get some answers on policy and not just philosophy.
Yeah, there we go.
Be sure to join TMJ4 again, that debate. October 13th, 6 o'clock. The U.S. Senate race. Charles, Shannon, your moderators. The event is free to attend. You do have to register. All the information on doing that is at the website tmj4.com.